Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Now at 5:30, two police departments are trying to find a man who carjacked a woman and then robbed a bank. We'll have a look at the investigation coming up.
Also on WKYT This Morning, we now have surveillance footage from the shots fired incident on the UK campus that resulted in 4 UK football players being suspended.
And after a multi-year project to widen a portion of Clays Mill Road, it opens today. These stories and breaking news as it happens coming up on WKYT This Morning.
Hey there, good morning and welcome in. It's good to have you with us here on Thursday, October 2nd, as we go rolling toward Keeneland's opening day tomorrow and a big weekend with that ball game we were talking about. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Happy day before Friday.
Like that one. And it's going to be a pretty good one, day before Friday. Before we get to Friday, when we have those changes, let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, we are looking outside, and it does look pretty good. Warm toward the afternoon, and then, that day before Friday, or really that Friday, I should say, the cold front rolls on through, and you will feel a blast of cool air this weekend, and also a lot of rain to go with it before that. 63 degrees there in Frankfort. Not really cold this morning. It's cool in some spots. 57 now in Richmond. And as you're planning off your Thursday or your day before Friday, we head toward the afternoon. Mid-80s expected. And we stay dry, too, all the way throughout the night. But the night is when you start to see some clouds on the increase, some rain on the increase, too. And I'll show you that forecast coming up.
All right, we thank you. Let's get to the news. After a carjacking in Winchester and a bank robbery in Lexington, police say the same man may be involved in both crimes.
And police say it was the stolen car that led them to this conclusion. They are still looking for the suspect. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel's live from the scene of the bank robbery with the latest on this investigation.
Good morning, everyone. Police continue to search for the man who they believe may be armed and dangerous. This all started around 2:30 yesterday afternoon in the Walmart parking lot in Winchester. Police say it was there that a man held a woman at gunpoint and stole her car. About an hour and a half later, police believe that same man robbed the First Security Bank in Hamburg. Officers tell us the vehicle description and license plate number used in that robbery matched the vehicle that was stolen in the carjacking. A light blue Kia was found not far from the bank. Police are now looking at this surveillance video of the suspect. He's described as a white man in his 50s with a goatee. He was last seen wearing a baseball cap, dark clothing, and jeans. Now, if you recognize the man or have any information, call police. Live in Hamburg, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
Well, new this morning, we now know the name of the man who was killed in a crash in Bourbon County. 54-year-old Tim Claggett of Lexington was killed while riding his motorcycle. Claggett was a retired lieutenant with the Lexington Fire Department. Sheriff's deputies say he lost control of his motorcycle and flew off his bike, and then a car coming in the opposite direction hit him. The crash happened just before 7 o'clock last night on Thatcher's Mill Road, just outside of North Middletown. Claggett died at the scene. 4 teenagers have been arrested in connection with a robbery here in Lexington. Christian Roberts and Damon Johnson, both 18, and Tyus Whitaker Blackburn, also Jeremy McGee, both 19-year-olds, were arrested in connection with a robbery yesterday on Laredo and Walden Drive. Lexington police tell us that the 2 victims say the group of masked teens drove up next to them and robbed them of their wallets and cell phones. An officer in the area heard the call and managed to stop the suspect's car nearby at Manowar and Alumni. Once stopped, they found 4 firearms, masks, and the victims' belongings. All 4 were charged with robbery, and Whitaker Blackburn was charged with possession of marijuana.
Our time is 5:34 right now. An argument between 2 Knott County men led to one getting shot and another getting arrested. Kentucky State Police say 2 men were arguing in the parking lot of the Big S Market in the Topmost community when one man shot the other in the stomach. This happened Wednesday morning. 59-year-old Tim Terry of Kite was taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. 38-year-old Henry Thornsberry was arrested. Police say he fled after shooting Terry and was later arrested at a home in Kite. He is charged with assault and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and he's lodged now in the Kentucky River Regional Jail. We now have surveillance video showing that recent BB gun scare on the UK campus. Through an open records request, our news partners at the Herald Leader obtained this surveillance video from UK. It shows the people police say were involved in firing a pellet gun and BB guns on campus on Sunday night. At last check, no charges have been filed in the case. But the Fayette County Attorney's Office says the charges would not be a public record until a judge signs off on that. They were served and then a court date set. So there's several steps. 4 UK football players were suspended for Saturday's game because of the incident.
We've learned some more information about Lexington's preparedness for the Ebola virus. According to our news partners at the Lexington Herald-Leader, Fayette County health officials have twice quarantined patients who showed Ebola-like symptoms. Now, this has been over the past 5 months, and in each case, a doctor questioned a patient about travel and symptoms and then alerted infectious disease specialists. However, neither of the patients ended up actually having Ebola.
And this comes on the heels of a potential Ebola case in Hawaii. The Hawaii Department of Health has confirmed to KHON2 News there in Honolulu that a person is in isolation and being tested in an area hospital. The state epidemiologist says the patient could have a number of illnesses that are not Ebola.
A man convicted of wanton endangerment after he pointed a gun at another driver on the interstate will be sentenced today in court. Dr. Perrin Dobbins pleaded guilty to the charge back in August. His recommended sentence will be 3 years probation. David Kohler, the victim, shot video of Dobbins pointing a BB gun at him as they were driving down I-75. Then Dobbins fired a shot at Kohler.
Police are asking for the public's help in finding the person who killed a child at a Louisville park. Police say someone found 12-year-old Ray Etheridge dead near a footpath in Cherokee Park. Louisville police aren't saying exactly how he died, but they do say the boy suffered some trauma. They also think the murder happened there at the park. Police are calling it an isolated crime. Ray was a student at a school in nearby Clark County, Indiana.
Ray was the kind of student that has a lot of ability, had a lot of ability, and certainly would have wanted to see him be as successful as possible in his life. So very, very difficult time.
Police say Ray's family is homeless. School leaders say his mother checked him out of school early Tuesday because of transportation issues. His body was found at the park around 3 hours later. Police do not think a family member was involved in the murder.
An admitted killer received 3 life sentences for murdering 3 people in Madison County. Matthew Denholm killed Sansere Warford and Charles Walker in 2010 and Zachary Flower the year after. He told police he'd been hired to kill Walker, and Warford was just in the wrong place in the wrong time. In court yesterday, he apologized to Warford's family, but they did not accept it.
I tell you now that her death by gunshot was very quick, and she did in fact have the opportunity to pray prior to being shot. I know that you'll never have closure, but I hope that this knowledge may bring you some little peace.
But if I have the pencil and pen, I have to be honest with you. I would give you exactly what you gave them.
Well, despite having 3 life sentences, Denholm will still be eligible for parole after 25 years.
A Kentucky veteran who died without a home and without family received a proper funeral. Charles Eck served during the Vietnam War. Friends say after his wife died, he somehow lost his home. But he had some friends who were around the Winchester area, and after he died last month, they organized his funeral. The Patriot Guard Riders also stepped in to help. Eck was buried yesterday with full military honors at Camp Nelson National Cemetery in Jessamine County.
From everything I've been told, he was a good man. He always had a smile on his face.
The Patriot Guard Riders say they hope that Eck's story shows that all veterans deserve a proper funeral, regardless of their income or status. Former presidential candidate and Governor Mitt Romney will be in Lexington today. He'll be joining Senator Mitch McConnell at Donnemeyer Farm on Old Frankfort Pike to help the senator campaign and raise money. The event starts at 7:30. The general election for U.S. Senate will be held on November 4th. The last day to register to vote in Kentucky is this coming Monday.
Well, today a ribbon-cutting ceremony will celebrate the completion of construction on part of Clays Mill Road.
A lot of people glad about that. That road was under construction a long time to widen it. WKYT's Mark Barber is live from that area. Mark, good morning. What can you tell us about the new road?
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. The city says not only does Clays Mill Road have heavy traffic, it also has a large number of accidents. They hope the widening project will give drivers an easier and much safer drive. Crews just finished expanding the stretch of road from Twain Ridge Drive to Man of War, marking the end of Phase 2. The expansion project is adding bike lanes, turning lanes, widening sidewalks, and adding an extra lane at main intersections to fix safety issues and alleviate heavy traffic. The city says the widening project is important because the area has had a large number of accidents. We're told 363 accidents were reported in a 21-month period. We're told another reason for the expansion project is traffic congestion. The city says about 15,000 vehicles travel the road a day, but that number could jump to 25,000 vehicles in 6 years. Now, the next phase of the project will widen Clays Mill Road to New Circle Road. So if your morning commute includes that stretch of road, I'm told you can expect delays. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you. A lot of people are glad to see that project coming to an end. And our time this morning, 5:41. Let's check live drive traffic here on this Thursday morning with a look at Nicholasville and Shady Lane. And you're looking good in that area.
Folks just zooming on by there. Looks pretty good.
No troubles there on Nicholasville Road. Richmond Road running fine. No reports of any trouble anywhere in town. And the interstate's doing well.